I saw that. I've been to the one. I went to one. You recorded yours. I was fire.
Yeah.
But I went to the one with Rick Rock.
I wanted to go to that one. I couldn't.
Yeah. So the Rick Rock one was dope. Obviously, Primo set it off.
Yeah.
L Boogs. But ladies and gentlemen, we rocking live with Ad 5. I don't even want to tell you what time it is, but.
Can I just say something? I just want to get something off my chest real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
I want to apologize because I should have been here way earlier than I got here.
Gotcha.
And I appreciate you guys being cool about it, but that wasn't cool on my part. So I wanted to apologize for that. Just before we get everything started.
And I forgive you. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Because and I want to give a message to the future podcasters and the current podcasters. I've been hitting this man up since fucking June of last year. Shout out to Nino Flex and Primo, because when I started this, I was talking to fucking my friends. I was talking to neighborhood entrepreneurs, and they were the first two DJs that said yes to me. On that show, I told them Frank Roth, Sammy Blends, my favorite, because your energy is just different. I'm gonna explain to the people how my first ear when I first heard you, but have patience, people. If you in this business, he wasn't dubbing me for a year. It's all about timing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't take it personal. I gave him months off, and then I hit him up again. Don't forget about me. And it's just checking in. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you. You're here. It is beautiful. I love it. Frank Roth, everybody. Woo! We ain't got no clap, but we won't clap anyway. Frank Roth, baby. The elephant in the room. We ain't got his sound, but he'll do something for me when this comes. But let's talk about that. So first, like I said, Frank Roth.
Yes.
Let me give you a proper introduction.
Let's do it.
Just became a heavy hitter.
Yes, the newest class.
The newest class.
2025.
Yes, that's beautiful. By the way, what? Because I know that you recorded it. It was dope. The phone call. What was that, bro? Did that? Because you interviewed Camilo. We're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
That's another dream interview of mine. You did it inside the restaurant.
Yeah.
It was loud as fuck, but you made it happen.
Yes.
What did that feel like, bro?
By the heavy hitter stuff or interviewing Camilo? Which one?
Oh no, we could go with the heavy hitter.
It was something that it was a blessing, you know. Something that, you know, when I speak to people and they ask me like, okay, like people that don't know anything about DJing or like the culture, nightlife, they tell me like, what does this mean? Like, I know it's a big accomplishment, but what does it mean? So like, I kind of break it down. Like, think of it like I just joined the black belts of DJing. Like if this was karate or some kind of martial art, like I was just officially inducted into the black belt society. Black belt being like the highest degree that you can get of DJing. That's the way I break it down to them. Now, for those that are in nightlife, they understand that Heavy Hitters is a very reputable, is a very, very decorated family. We don't like to call it a DJ crew. We call it a family because there's a lot more than DJs. There's accomplished musicians. There's accomplished radio personalities. You know, there's accomplished people that work in record labels. You name it, radio, including myself. You know,
so it's not only DJs.
It's not only DJs.
And I did not know that. I'm glad you just clarified that.
Absolutely.
And you was on 105 yesterday. That's your home as well.
Yes, that is my home, Power 105.1.
Shout out to them.
Yes.
What was going on yesterday? I know that was DJ Sub's show you was on.
Yeah. So I started my. I got a long story of how I got into Power, but DJ Self was, I consider him my OG. He's the one that really gave me the first chance to really learn what it is to be on air. And, you know, I took the opportunity and I ran with it and, you know, made a lane for myself.
And I'm going to tell you something. Interviewing more DJs and this isn't, and I just want to clarify because I get hit up by so many DJs, and I just want to clarify that this is not a DJ podcast. What I do is, since it's my show, I handpick, and it's gonna sound crazy, but this is why it's my show, and I can do what the fuck I want.
Facts.
I handpicked any DJ that I want. I handpick. So just understand that. So I'm learning more and more.
Okay.
That I had Omanaya here.
Omanaya.
He explained to me the A Boogie situation. That's a whole different talent.
Yeah.
To work with an artist in a dome, in a stadium with 50,000 people.
Yep.
That's not HOA.
No, it's not.
That's a whole different world.
And big shout out to HOA.
Yeah,
HOA.
and he will be there tonight. But by the time this comes out, but you know what? When this comes out, he'll probably be there that night too.
Maybe.
That's one of his homes. I ran up on you one day with Nino. We was in there.
Yeah, for sure.
You killed it. But
Thank you.
So I'm learning the different avenues of this. I'm thinking walking into this. Man, that's it, DJ. No, you guys have so many different. You got the radio.
Yeah.
You got killing a club.
Yep.
You got killing a crowd of 5. You got killing a crowd of 250, and it's all different. What Omanaya does is different. You know what I'm saying? As you saw in the Locks versus Dipset. Tech Destroy.
Yeah.
He was part of that. Everybody thinks it's just Jadakiss in the Locks.
He was the conductor of the orchestra,
and that's a skill, bro. And now let's talk about the story of the first time, and I'm gonna make it quick. Elliot invites me. Shout out to Elliot.
Big shout out to Elliot.
I go to meet him. It was still Shanghai. This was like 4 years ago, and I'm still new to the nightlife. I was married and I was COVID. So everybody was home. Now they're starting to come back. Sammy's on first, right? She got that shit up here, and I got there like maybe 20 minutes left to her set. And he's like, I'm like, where's she going? No, Frank Roth is coming. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I swear to God, I don't lie. I don't know who the fuck that is. What he said, don't go nowhere. I'm like, all right, cool. Go to the bar, get a drink. Sammy's, if you know Sammy Bland, she's
big energy, yep.
Big energy. So I'm like, I know the DJ lifestyle. I'm like, who the fuck is gonna follow this? All of a sudden, I'm having my drink, talking to a girl. This nigga comes, and I don't know who he is yet. All I hear is the fucking elephant. And what you do, what Sammy does, what Nino does, when you can actually not destroy the previous DJ, I don't want to say that. When you could change what just happened.
We call that reset the room.
When you can reset the room, and it's not disrespectful. What Sammy did is what she did. What Nino does, whoever. Because Nino sometimes has to follow you.
Yeah.
And, it is what it is.
Yeah, you got to
reset. When you do the elephant shit, and you do it heavy.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam. How many birthdays in here? Bam, bam, bam. And I'm like, Elliot, what the fuck? He said, I told you. And now, bro, my B is just there doing nothing. Because I'm just like, what the fuck is going on right now? So God bless you for that, for being able to do that. And that day, I became a fan.
Thank you.
And I seen you 15 times after that, so I already know that you are a fucking real deal.
Thank you.
So let's backtrack now. Born and raised, baby.
Born and raised in the Bronx.
Boogie down.
BX. Started in a High Bridge. Then I moved towards Morrisania, which is the other side of 170th. But yeah, born and raised in the Bronx.
What is your background? Dominican, heavy.
Dominican. Both of my parents were born over there. They came over here. They had Frank.
That's it.
Yeah.
No siblings, no nothing.
No, I do have siblings. It's 4 of us in total.
What was the relationship with them? They old school?
Great. Well, my parents or my siblings?
No, the way they the parents, the way they talk is they know English because
No. My dad speaks English. My mom understands it vaguely, but she still sticks to her Spanish.
Yeah, that's how most of them are.
So yeah, but my dad is he's a principal, school principal. Yep.
Fire. By the way, shout out to the lives that were lost in DR this week. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, man, that was such a horrible event. Terrible event.
And I wanna give since I'm Puerto Rican, but still we brothers,
cousins, man.
We cousins. We right there next to each other. But God bless those souls.
Yeah, for sure.
What kind of kid were you growing up?
I was a very energetic kid.
What a surprise!
Believe it or not. I was very energetic. I loved music. I still remember the first album that my dad bought for me, hip hop album. It was Outkast Anconia.
Wow.
I remember it was in the middle of because my birthday is Christmas Eve, so I made my dad go through a blizzard. And, back then the blizzards were actually blizzards. Real, yeah. Like it wasn't just
96.
a couple. Yeah, it wasn't
96.
Like it was real blizzards, and we still went through there, and we went to the CD store. Yes, there used to be CD stores, And he bought me that album, and I couldn't stop listening to it. So I was just a fiend for music. I just always been that kind of kid, energetic. I calmed more down when I was in high school, but definitely energetic as a kid.
So
and
that
a music lover.
Music lover.
Absolutely.
And obviously they're gonna you had to deal with the merengue, the side, everything.
Yeah.
That's the crib. Sunday mornings.
Exactly. You already know how that goes for sure.
Oh yeah, we had the same culture. But even to this day, like right now, bro, my mother, because that last Bad Bunny album, that's not for us. That is for the Spanish veterans that love the soil of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Because even the song something about he don't want the island of Puerto Rico to become like Hawaii. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That America takes over tourism because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So my mom, and right now every Sunday cleaning the crib, we all clean the crib, whatever. That's the album right now. That should have been on. How long that should have been out? 3 months already.
Yeah,
and she still fucks with it. So
yeah, and I mean, listen, that album is very, very has serious, deep cultural meaning.
Yep.
You know,
and it went over my head.
Yeah, no, it's
and she
deep.
caught it.
I think he's positioning himself to be the Bob Marley of Puerto Rico.
God bless him.
And I think that's a very powerful stance to take.
No, it's amazing. But like you said, you grew up on everything.
Yeah.
What any college or straight?
No, I graduated from Baruch College, CUNY gang. I wanted to go away for school so bad, but my dad made that decision for me, and I'm so thankful for that, because I would have probably been like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in debt, you know? Because when people go away for college, you know, you take loans, et cetera, unless you got a mean jump shot or like you're like a genius or something like that. I was one of those kids that was like in the middle somewhere. But I went to Baruch College. I got my bachelor's in international business.
Fire.
Yeah.
Does that help you now with your business?
No. Not at all.
Not at all.
But you know what's funny is that when I started to learn how to DJ, it was in college. I had no idea that I wanted to be a DJ. I wanted to do something with music. So I joined the college radio station. They had DJ equipment there. I never used it before, but I always looked at it like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Like, maybe I should start messing around with it, see what happens. And I started playing around with it, and I was terrible. And I said, I'm not gonna quit because I really like this. And just to bring it back to the parent stuff is, I told my dad, I was like, I think I want to be a DJ. He was like, get your degree, and I'll support you with whatever you want.
Fire.
And that's what happened.
You just walked into my next question. Who influenced you to DJ? Look at that.
It wasn't anybody in particular, but I had people that supported, not influenced, but supported my aspirations of being a DJ. My dad was the first one, because you know you're a broke college student, so you can't afford no DJ equipment. DJ equipment is very expensive. And he bought me my first 1200, Technique 1200. For those that don't know what that is, that's a turntable.
We're talking about vinyl days.
Yeah, well, no, because this was this is control vinyl. This is Serato.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like I wasn't. Nah, I'm not.
Ain't that old?
So, but yeah, and the CDJs were out back then. But I told myself, like, if I'm really gonna get into this, I want to learn from the essence.
Yeah.
Of what it is to be a DJ, and I taught myself. YouTube University, bro.
Yo, we were just talking about that in the bar.
Yeah, man.
YouTube is everything.
Facts.
So okay, now you're learning college. Let's just skip over that part.
Yep.
When do you say, I can make money off of this? And your gig, like your first gig, you was ready, or you still?
Nah, I was shitting bricks. I'm gonna give y'all a story about my first ever gig. TBA Lounge in Dykeman. Now it's called Maraca. Oh my God. So I get booked to do like the set when the bottle girls are just walking in, and you know that's super early.
The
set,
super
which is
opener.
Because I was
Opener
for the opener. And I was super hyped. I was like, I can't believe it. I'm in the club. I'm doing this. And I get so nervous that I start playing a mix that a DJ gave me that doesn't have his drops on it. For those that don't know what drops are, it's like their name tags all over the mix. I play that mix to make it look like I know what I'm doing, but literally it's somebody else's mix the entire time.
Holy shit.
I was that nervous. I was like, nah, I can't mess this up. And yeah, that was my
Did
first
it work?
ever. I mean, it worked, but I don't think they ever they booked me like way later. But I definitely had some sharpening up to do.
Where does the elephant sound come from?
When I officially joined Power 105.1, I actually not officially joined. I was an intern. I would, the big dogs were the ones walking around and, doing what they got to do, or the Pro Styles, the DJ Clues, DJ Envy, DJ Self, and you name it, the DJs that were there, Ty Boogie, like these are DJs that I've only heard on like mixtapes and stuff. Like, I've heard their names and I was like, wow, like I'm really around these guys. And I felt like whether you want to acknowledge me or not, just because I'm the intern, you're gonna feel my energy if you ever hear me on the set. So whether you wanna, and what's the basis of the elephant in the room saying? It's something awkward, something that people don't want to talk about. That see it's there in your face, but you don't want to acknowledge it. And that's kind of how I felt during my internship at Power 105.1. Is whether you guys want to acknowledge me or not, you will feel my energy once you hear me on the set, like the elephant in the room. And that's where it came from.
All right, so let's go back. Even though we spoke about 105, because I didn't know that you were an intern. So you from college to intern?
So being a part of the college radio station, got a random letter in the mail for the college radio station, and it was like, we're looking for sales intern at Clear Channel. It was called Clear Channel at the time. And the logo, Power 105.1 was there. And KTU and Z100 and Q1045.
The whole family.
Yeah, the Clear Channel family at the time. And I said, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get into that building.
Fire.
So I became an intern. I faked my papers, my credits, because, you're supposed to get college credits. So I faked that. I sent them a fake letter saying that I was going to get credits. Never got credits. I was there at sales. Oh my God, I hated it. I felt like corporate, and everything is upstairs. All the cool studios are upstairs. It's just a whole bunch of cubicles downstairs in the sales department. And I told my supervisor, I was like, listen, I want to be upstairs. She was like, if you show me that you're a good worker, I'm gonna introduce you to some people. She introduced me to some people. So I went to promotions for the next semester. Another fake letter. So now I'm in
There's
promotions.
no one verifying this shit.
Too bad you can't do nothing about it now. I'm in promotions now, and I'm getting a little bit closer. Now I'm doing on-site events with some radio personalities, and I get to go upstairs for the first time ever. And then eventually they're looking for interns, and I was like, dude,
come on, I'm here already.
There's another fake paper. So now I'm there. And when I was there, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did maybe like 3-4 years for free, working for free, being there all day, literally from the Breakfast Club all the way to Self Show, which is the last show of the night on weekdays.
Wow.
And I was there grasping all the information that I could.
Doing what?
Just whatever you needed me to do. You need me to man the phones, check the phones. Yo, you need me to go get the food? Whatever you needed me to do, I was there.
So you are born, let's just say born and raised. Forget about born and raised that I just asked you. You were born and raised 105 for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that is, but see, and this is why you interview people. Because if you don't ask these questions, he's not going to volunteer this information, and he's not even going to talk to you on the set. So stop talking to DJs, by the way. That shit don't. That's why you got the big dude with you.
Yeah, facts.
But my brother, that is amazing. See, we digress, but it was for a good reason. Back to the energy.
Yeah.
And you just answered that question as well. Did you always have that, bro?
I had to learn I had to figure out an image.
Is that time and confidence?
Yeah. Definitely a lot of time, and the more and more confident you are in your skills, the more that that's what allowed me to develop my identity of who I wanted to be. And that's where the elephant in the room came from. Yeah.
No, I love it. So let's say how long you been DJing as far as outside doing your thing?
I want to say minimum 12 years.
Okay, so your identity now.
Yeah.
I know it because I've seen it. When I first 4 years ago, you was already rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. What would be the difference, in your opinion, from your first, let's say, 6
years?
years, and then the last 6 where you at now, did you always have is what we got now is the energy wise, not the skills, the energy?
No,
it was like shy in the beginning.
Yeah, because I didn't know how to talk to the people. I didn't know how to talk to crowds.
Oh, okay.
So I would just shut the fuck up and DJ. But
is that necessary?
It taught me first. I learned how to talk with my hands before I actually learned how to talk to the people.
So it is necessary.
So to me, to be a great DJ, you could be a good DJ and never talk. You could be a good DJ and talk too much.
Who does that? Someone's known for that.
Never talking?
Is it Precise? Somebody.
I don't know. Shout to Precise Heavy Hitters too.
Hell yeah.
But
somebody. I forgot who it was.
The point is, I feel like at least in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, you have to be able to talk and DJ. Now, there's a lot of DJs out there that are nasty, but they never say a word. They're not charismatic, but they could talk with their hands. They could tell you a whole story with how they play songs and the sequence of how they play songs. But I feel like us up here, we add that extra sazon to it, where we're able to control your emotions with how we speak.
You did it to me.
Hello? And that's the goal. Like I don't smoke. I never smoked a day in my life. I never even tried it. I never done any drugs. That's my drug. Being able to control crowds through the sequence of my music and how I talk to you.
No, 100%. You make and what I love about you, if it's your birthday, and put it this way, people do your homework. Find that. Go to he posts his calendar every month.
Facts.
Go to one of his events, close to your crib, far away, whatever. He will make sure that everyone in that room, if it's their birthday, you spend at least 10 minutes on that shit.
Yeah.
You give a lot of love to the birthday. Why?
That's the power. Like, you know when they say this event is powered by?
Yeah.
My events are powered by birthdays. If I'm in the club, the event is powered by the birthdays. So why not make the birthday person feel special? They're the reason.
You pay attention to that shit.
And they're the reason I'm getting paid. If they're not spending XYZ, how am I going to get paid? You know? So you got to make sure you take care of the birthdays because.
And not only that, you can't say, shout out to the scammers that are here. You know, you can't. Shout out to the drug dealers. Like, you got to. The birthdays is peaceful.
Yeah, it is peaceful. But you'd be surprised. Some crowds want to hear that type of shit.
And bro, you in my fucking head. Look, reading the room.
Yeah,
and this is let's break that down for new DJs. I need to learn that.
It really depends on where you're at. You have to understand. You have to read the room. You can't go in there with a like an idiot like I did in my first ever set with a pre-recorded set.
Playlist.
A pre-recorded playlist or anything like that because you don't read the room. When you walk in, that's why I like to get to my parties at least 15, maybe 30 minutes earlier because I get to read the room. Are there more dudes than girls there? Are there more girls than dudes there? What are they wearing? What are people wearing? What are they drinking? All these things matter in how do they look older? Do they look younger? All these things matter in how I'm going to put together this set.
Comedians do that.
Yeah, it's very important.
Read the room.
You have to read the room.
Once you say it's Brooklyn, I could use that Brooklyn. I could use there's ladies. So you got to all that is important.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about, bro, and I saw this. I think the year that I found out about you was the New Year's that you did the mask. What was that? Because that shit is it a helmet? Is it a mask? What the fuck is that?
That was for Halloween.
Halloween. Oh, that was the New Year's?
That wasn't New Year's, no.
The diamond out?
Yeah, that was Halloween.
Where was that at?
So that was in HK Hall. It used to be called Stage 48.
Okay.
And that was a yearly Halloween party that I did with the reserve group. Shouts to Miguel. And yeah, we killed it, man. I said I was going to show out. Yeah. And I did.
So you go in and create a fucking elephant helmet that you still have, by the way.
Yeah.
You brought it outside. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. You brought it back.
Yeah, last time I used it was at Barcode, which was last. It was
recently. I saw it in your stories.
Yeah.
So that's the mascot for now.
Yeah.
You bring them out sometimes.
So yeah. So you know what's funny is that sometimes depending on the size of the event and if you got your budget right, guys, I would bring. It's a her now. So I bring her out because literally, no, it's literally like I have a girl that works with me, and she puts on the mask, and she's kind of like just standing around and dancing as a muse while I DJ. It's really dope.
If you don't know, go to his YouTube.
Yeah.
By the way, his YouTube is fire, very entertaining.
Thank you.
Is it Elephant's Pick only? That's the one.
Elephant Pick, yes.
Okay, so your podcast is also on there.
Yes.
Which we're gonna talk about in a second. Let's go back to the Boiler Room. How did that come about? Did Primo hit you up? Did the owners hit you up?
That was L Boogs.
That was fire.
That was L Boogs.
L Boogs. Oh, another 105.1.
Yeah, and Heavy Hitter.
And Heavy Hitter.
L Boogs hit me up. He was like, "Yo, bro, I got this party that I think Bronx Public hit me up directly, and they were like, "Yo, we want to do a party with you, a Boiler Room kind of party," and I was like, "Okay, what's your budget?"
You said budget twice. We're gonna get into that, but
very important.
We'll wait.
It's like, okay, what's your budget? Because honestly speaking, like I have to know like what you're trying to get into. So they told me what it was, and I was like, "You guys are not talking any serious money, whatever." Then Boogs hits me up. He's like, "Bro, I'm a part of this. I understand it's not a lot of money, but this is the type of party that you want to do because this is a different kind of party. You really get to show off your creativity, and you really get to like be who you want to be in the club." And I was like, "I like the challenge. Let's do it." Fell in love with it.
And who gave you the idea to record the whole thing? That was fire. That was you?
No. That was oh my God, I'm forgetting his name right now. Dot. Shouts to Dot. He had a whole bunch of cameras all over the place. And I was like, "Yo, Dot, we gotta record this set. We just know that I'm about to kill this shit. And we're gonna record this set." So big shouts to Dot. Dot shot it.
So I want to talk about your traveling gigs, just traveling gigs, period, not just yours, but back to the budgeting thing, and we don't need to say exact numbers.
Yeah.
And I want people to understand, he earned that number. Like
earned, not given.
Do not, and let's give some game to the younger DJs coming up. What does that mean exactly to earn that shit and to not fucking lowball yourself?
Listen, I would say is reputation is everything in this game. Reputation. Do you have a reputation of being a good DJ? Do you have a reputation of being a great DJ? Do you have a reputation of a DJ that specializes in a certain type of crowd? How do you conduct yourself? What value do you bring to the venue, to the promoters? What are you known for? And I think, I know that I've established myself in this nightlife scene as somebody that can get the job done no matter what kind of party it is, and I'm bringing the energy. Like you're getting what you paid for. So I've worked my way up to that. But if you're starting, like for example, when I started, I had to bring my own DJ equipment to this spot, and I was getting paid like $75, which is crazy, which is a horrible number. But I needed to get my foot in the door.
Which is also important.
Which is very important. I knew that if people heard me, they would give me a chance. So I was working at that spot, building up a following, because eventually people are like, "Yo, Frank, I want you to come. I want to come out to support you. I want to come out to see you every Thursday, right?" And you start building up a following like that. Start building up a following. Then when you're at the next spot, "Yo, by the way, now I'm here. Yeah, we're gonna follow you here," and you start picking up. And then promoter A is like, "Yo, I like you. You want to DJ? Blah blah blah," and you start building up your repertoire like that. Now, once you have a decorated resume, you can start telling them, "Listen, I can't do this. This is my rate now." And if they respect you, they respect the worth that you're bringing, they're not going to have a problem paying it.
Speaking of, because, I got to talk to my brother Elliot. When I got DJs, I just run it by him. Like, "Yo, you know this guy?" Whatever. Obviously, he knows you. And I'm like, "Yo, I got Frank, coming up with he was like, he started laughing. I was like, "What's so funny?" He was like, "You know where I found him?" I'm like, "Nope." He was like, "Willie O."
Yeah.
So
Willie O.
You just mentioned that. And look what happened. Elliot and Willie O are fucking like brothers.
Yeah, that's how I met Elliot.
So Elliot went to support Willie O.
Yeah.
You bodied it. So now you got a Bronx promoter not even looking for Frank. Look, he's chilling with his brother they just talking shit about promoter bullshit, whatever. Yep. You kill it so much that he's like, "Who the fuck is that?"
And that's how it works.
So you ended up in the Bronx, or you was doing maybe doing Bronx here and there?
I was doing Uptown here and there, and I definitely had like more stuff. I would say like in the Dykeman Heights area.
Yeah.
Not so much the Bronx, but Willio definitely gave me the opportunity, and I met Elliot through there. Yeah.
And he fucks with you.
Yes, but it goes back to what we were saying. You know, it's because I put in that work, and he heard me, and he was like, you know what, I like this kid. I'm gonna give him a shot. Same thing with Willio, because I met somebody else that introduced me to Willio.
There you go. Dominoes.
It's really a domino effect. He say, she say. Reputation is everything.
And think about this. You are going to a gig tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to HOA after this.
Facts.
With Camilo. Heavy hitters. Heavy. So you are going there not knowing who's going to see you.
No.
And you don't give a fuck. I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
Whatever fans, whatever IGs I pick up tonight from girls, guys that are going to spend money in the future, that are going to follow me, that whatever. You never know. And this is why, like you say, you get dressed, you get in your car, you go to the gig. You minding your own business. You're doing your job. And whatever comes. And it's a beautiful thing. Let's talk about the traveling thing, because you and several others, I had fucking Mikey Valley here. This motherfucker goes to Oregon twice a month or once a month. What the fuck? How you end up in fucking Oregon?
I'm actually going to Arizona tomorrow morning. I'm DJing out there for the whole weekend. Yeah, so
this fucking guy's busy.
Moving around.
Okay, let's talk about the traveling. Yeah. How do you, not how, because it's probably the same way you get gigs here. Somebody heard, whatever. The traveling, that's the whole, by the way, it's a whole different budget.
Yeah, it's a whole different budget.
Do you look for that? Does it come to you?
I'm the type of person, I feel like if somebody wants to book you, they're going to find a way to book you. Yeah. So for me to really do cold calls at this level of my career is not really, it doesn't make sense to me.
What's a what?
When I say cold calls is like, for example, like, oh, let me call a club in Miami and ask them, like, present them with my resume and see if they want to book me.
So you calling the venue?
No, what I'm saying, for me to do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, which is a cold call.
Yeah.
Cold because you're not warm with this person. You're not hot with this person. Like, for example, me and you, we cool, right?
Yeah.
So if I hit you up for something, it's not gonna be like a cold. I'm not expecting a cold response.
I don't know you call it.
Cold, exactly.
Stranger call type shit.
Exactly.
Got you, okay.
We call it, in the business world, they call it cold calls.
Okay.
That it doesn't, and it never made sense to me, only because if you want to find me, you can find me. If you don't want to find me, I'm not going to be found. So why even try that? So yeah, I got it based on my reputation and what I was doing at the time. A lot of remixes, a lot of edits, a lot of stuff like that. My first major out of town booking was in San Diego.
Fire.
And the reason that the DJ that like they booked me out there is because the DJ was like, yo, I'm a fan of your remixes. I'm a fan of your edits. So it's like, you see your work supersedes you. Like, if you do good work and you have a great reputation, it can take you really far.
Bro, like I said with this thing, bro, I started this shit interviewing my daughter and my neighbors.
Crazy.
And, we got Frank, we got Dren Star, that would have been a cold call a year ago.
There you go. See how that works?
I'm putting in the work.
Yeah.
So, and I guarantee you, podcasters, before they say yes to you, that little slight pause that took a day or two, maybe 5 minutes, they went to see your page.
Yeah,
or they
absolutely.
Is this nigga hot?
It has to make sense.
It has to make sense.
Everything has to make sense.
And timing and making sense is so important.
Yeah.
Speaking of podcasts, we got to talk about it. The man got his own shit,
yes.
So pay attention.
Elephant pick.
The elephant pick.
Yes.
Let's talk about your guest. Is it only DJ?
No, it's anybody in entertainment.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, for example, I had an episode. Like, obviously, I have DJs that I got a great rapport with a lot of DJs.
Yeah.
So of course I invite DJs to my guests to the show, but I've had promoters, I've had entertainers. I've even had a girl. She calls herself a kink artist.
Hell yeah.
Which is like, it's crazy. The type of stuff that she does to people and they pay her to do it to them, it's crazy.
So you do go left sometimes. I saw a couple of episodes that you went left.
Keep it fun.
Yeah. And the way you orchestrate it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? And people think this shit is easy, bro.
No, it's not.
This shit is a pain in the ass. Because if the guest is part of the show.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how good I think I am. If I'm pulling teeth, it's bro.
It's annoying.
It's like going like this to the air. Like, it's, the way we flowing right now, that's the way it's supposed to be. Because
there's an energy.
There's an energy.
There's an energy that has to be reciprocated for it to look good, for it to feel good.
No, 1,000%. You also have promoters.
Yes.
Damn, is it Tommy from Jersey?
Tommy, yes.
Yo, he killed that episode, bro. He first of all, if you don't know Tommy,
shouts to Tommy.
You know him. He does the Halloween parties and he's always fucking half naked.
I think he's gone from half naked to like wow, like what is close to him? I don't know.
I want to interview him because I want to interview him from that episode because I don't go to Jersey for what. So from that episode, I'm like, I need this nigga, but he's very he don't give a fuck. He's like
he's very bold. He doesn't care. He's unapologetic and he's very outspoken.
No,
he's
I'm
very
gonna
outspoken.
No, and I need a guest like that because I want to talk about the way. Cause he's doing big things. I don't know if he's number one in Jersey. He should be because the way I study him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but in this world of interviewing now, you got to study.
Yeah,
you got to. I studied you. I studied, whatever other guest that's coming, even if they're not coming, even if you haven't spoke to them yet. Do I want this person?
Yeah.
Oh shit! You know what? YouTube. YouTube is amazing, like you said.
Yep.
You can type in Frank Roth on YouTube. Vroom, it's gonna come up.
Yep.
You could type in like when I interviewed, like I said, Dren Starr. Same thing. Vroom. He was doing interviews with Big Pun. He did Big Pun's last interview. So
crazy.
You could use all of that. So I did the same thing with Tommy. I went down. I'm like, this nigga's crazy. He's a Halloween master.
Tommy's a very hard worker.
No, it's a beautiful thing. But let's talk about the clothing brand that's coming back.
Oh, yes.
Dominican men don't cheat. Let's talk about it.
I just woke up one day and I saw, I think it was Lil Duval, the comedian. He had a song called Black Men Don't Cheat. And it was just a song. Like, he didn't really do too much with it.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? Dominican men don't cheat. And I just ran with it, got it trademarked, and I'm coming back with it stronger than ever. People love it. People understand that it's just a fun gimmick. It's something that I love to say because it goes back to what we were saying, like charisma is one half of it, of being a great DJ. Me saying things like that people might not remember what I played in the club. People might not remember whatever. But as soon as I said Dominican men don't cheat, oh, you're that DJ that says Dominican men don't cheat. Now I found a way to separate myself from the bunch.
There you go.
And that's what's important.
Yeah, because it's going to be an immediate debate. What the fuck you mean? My man cheated on me.
Trust me, there's people that's wanted to swing at me for just saying that. Like, they took it that serious, and I love it. I love it.
It's fucking hilarious, but it's a good trick. And we're going to walk into the next question. This is amazing. I love this fucking interview. So your IG questions are the same thing. He post these questions randomly, and I'm always a part of it. I'm down.
Yeah, facts.
I'm down with the polls. I don't give a fuck what you ask. I'm like, no. Would you? Matter of fact, we just had the funeral shit from yesterday.
The funeral.
The girl that called in that her man died, her ex died.
Yes.
And me and him was talking about it at the bar, and he was like, hell fucking no. I'm like, I let her go. Fuck it. The nigga dead. Like, fuck it. But you brought up a good point on the radio station yesterday. You gonna go there for what? He said the same thing. For what?
Just to think about the good old times that you got your cheeks clapped by him. That's what it is. And something that didn't come up in that video I got him to a corner with this one. He was like, yo, if your boo wants to go see this, go to this person's funeral. And I told him, like, listen, what does bae stand for? Before anybody else, right? So you're putting that person in front of your bae if you're going to their funeral. That means they're first on your mind. So are you really over this person? I can't be with somebody like that. Can't.
Fire. There you go.
Got him.
And
that's the way it works.
But so what do you because you say a friend of mine said. To me, that means you made that shit up. That's what I think.
You think so?
I think in some cases there could be a conversation. Me and him talk all the time. I might grab a conversation my man thinks that his girl goes to the club and gets home at 4 a.m. and whatever. Can you trust that? I think 2 o'clock is a good time. And this is what he does, and I'm just making this up. What is a good time? This is what Frank will do. So me and my man was talking, and he says that 2 o'clock is a good time. I told him that fucking 12 a.m., whatever. So do you always reference a friend, or some of this shit you just want to know yourself?
There's friends, there's family members. People, now that I've done it so often, I get a lot of crazy DMs, and I'm a very like, Frank Roth might be public, but Frank himself is private. So like, if people send me stuff, I ask them for permission to post it. Of course, I never expose names, so it's just way easier. Instead of me saying like, oh, in my DMs I got this person named blah blah blah, I just say my friend or somebody I know,
gotcha,
or my cousin. That way, keep it nice.
So it's
anonymous.
always a good. So it's always you don't. You're not faking this shit. This is always a good. Okay,
like, there's
good.
a lot of life be lifing.
Yeah, no, I get
Life
it.
be lifing.
But and not only that, when it comes to relationships, bro, that topic is forever.
Yeah, it's relatable.
It's relatable. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what like you said, you could read it, you could experience it, you could, and that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? No one knows if you're single. No one knows if you're married. No one, and like you have to have some type of, you know what? I'm just gonna keep that private. And I was here with the comedian, the Da Vinci. Same thing. He said nobody knows.
Very important.
And
I like it that way.
It's because you don't get the excess. You don't need extra bullshit.
And I'm not the type of person. I don't need my information out on social media. I don't need your advice about what I'm going through. If I need advice, I go to the people that actually care about me. Social media is just there just to enjoy the circus show. They don't really care.
They don't.
And they
good
don't
or
have
bad.
to.
Good or bad, they don't care.
Yeah, good or bad, they don't care. They just want to be there for the congratulations or I'm sorry for your loss. Because it's entertaining.
It's entertaining.
So I'm going to give you something to be entertained by, but you don't need to know my personal.
No, 100%. Let's talk about another IG moment of Frank.
Uh-oh.
The cooking with Frank. Are you a bad motherfucker for real?
Yo, I get busy.
Because you just made fucking chicken fried rice or egg roll or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
I just ate those leftovers too early. I get busy, bro. I get busy. I love, during the pandemic, I picked that up.
YouTube University?
Yeah, no, my mom.
A little mom.
A little bit YouTube. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you can include YouTube University. Yeah, but I picked that up. It was something to do, and it's something that I really enjoy. And yeah.
No, I also cook.
Nice.
Now I got a girl, so she fucking don't let me cook. I'm like, hey, do your thing, babe.
But women love men that cook.
Yo, no, I'm the breakfast guy.
Oh, okay.
So while she's sleeping, here I come, babe, and she could smell the bacon. She could.
Nice.
So she lets me rock with the, but like I don't know, it's because she's Dominican. Oh, we gotta talk about that. Me and this man be having. Who's better? He loves Puerto Rican. I love Dominican. I'm like, how the fuck is that possible?
Yeah,
remember that conversation we had?
It's crazy.
I was like, yo, what the fuck? But you know what? And you don't have to participate. Keep your shit private. You fucking Puerto Rican women don't know how to. You know what? I'm gonna save myself some headache. The women, the Puerto Ricans that I've had, right? They're not as attentive as these Dominican women, bro. These Dominican women are trained from 2 years old to take care of a man, goddammit, okay? So when I get home, bro, my shit is served. I take a shower, my fucking underwear, tank, everything is, bro. She learned that shit in DR. That niggas better step y'all shit up, PR women. Anyway, that was just me. Don't say nothing, Frank. I got you, Frank.
Dominican men don't cheat. That's all I'm gonna say.
So anyway, that's what me and him talked about at one point. Let's go back now to the Camilo interview. How did because you weren't heavy hitter yet?
No.
Well, was that a favor? Yo, hello.
It definitely was a favor on his part. He didn't have to do it.
No, not at all.
And I talk to him often, and I always tell him like, yo, I'm thankful for that because you didn't have to do that, and you did it. Camilo's a very humble guy for that. But it goes back to what we were talking about, like having a reputation. He understood that I'm somebody that's very serious about my craft and I'm passionate about it, and he respects it. And once you have respect from your coworkers, they're willing to work with you, especially if they see the vision. And he saw it.
And that was what, 2 years ago?
That was
3?
pandemic.
That was before or right after?
During pandemic. So
During
it was a while
pandemic.
ago.
And look at that. And if he wanted to do favoritism bullshit,
Yeah,
he could have made you heavy hitter. He waited. He made you. You waited another 4 or 5 years because
patient.
you got to be patient. And like you said, you're not gonna be cold. Yo, I'm a heavy hitter. No,
I don't know.
I'm working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm too proud. I'm too proud for that. And once again, back to even the promoter thing. If they want to find you, they will. You know how to reach me. If you want me to be a part of something, you know how to find me.
And you know what? He put in the hard work, my brother. Yeah. Like I said, and back to he didn't have to do it. Same way you didn't have to do it. I think everyone that comes to my show, that comes here, I thank them for their time because you don't get time back. It's precious. Sure. You know what I'm saying? You got to work tonight. You flying tomorrow. You could be chilling right now. But so like I said, so no, thanks again.
No, thank you guys for having me, for real.
No doubt. We got to show Abby some love.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, my name is Abby, but my name is IE. So that's why I switched it to IE, because the ABBY is the girl version.
Abby, yeah.
So even when I was in 5th grade, they would write ABB. I would get out of my seat, get in trouble, erase that shit when she wasn't looking.
Yeah.
So now I go by Ab5 just for the the podcast, but my name is Abby. So that's the first thing I picked up. So is that your partner?
So that's my business partner, yes.
Oh, fine.
My business partner, and she started working with me around the pandemic, but even before that, she was an avid supporter of mine. She heard me in the club, and she was like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to go to whatever party you at, and just let me know wherever you at, and I'm here to support. And she showed me, I don't like to call people fans. I call people supporters.
100%.
Because fans... When you call somebody a fan, it means I'm up here, you're down here. Yep. You're looking up to me. A supporter's right there with me. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I'm just really good at what I do. And so, yeah, she was an avid supporter of mine for a while. And then, it ended up getting to the point like, yo, like, if you come out so much, are you really passionate about this type of stuff? Yeah, okay. So I was like, you know what? During the pandemic, I'm looking for a business partner. And I started showing her the ropes of nightlife and how things go. And I'm glad that I did that, because she's blossomed into doing so many things and working with so many different people, and still helping me out in being kind of like a right-hand person for me in this journey.
So she went through the Frank intern.
Yeah.
She wanted the job. She, like you said, she's a supporter.
Yeah.
And
she proved that she was really down. She proved, because she's been in the trenches with me, the good times and the bad times.
And that's that. And I've been telling people that that relationships, when they're good, everything's happy.
Yeah.
Relationship, family, whatever, coworkers, whatever.
Anything.
Your boss, your supervisor, everything is okay. Wait, think about this. When you come to work every day, they fucking love you.
Yep.
You call out, you're late. Now you gotta go to the office, and it gets uncomfortable. So when you talk about the trenches, that's what we're talking about. It was battle tested.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I needed to see to confirm in my eyes that this was somebody that I should keep around, and that I don't mind sharing my resources with. And
this is why I said when I was doing my research, I said I gotta show Abby some love. And I don't even know her. I don't even know you.
Big shout out to Abby.
I said that woman needs to be giving her flowers. So shout out to you, Abby. Shout out to Brittany as well.
Shout out to Brito.
She helps everybody. She's another one.
She's a creative person. Even her name is Be Creative. She's very creative. She has a lot of energy. She's well-spoken, somebody that I've met more recently, obviously, than Abby, and somebody that's also been proving herself to really be somebody that I can rely on and depend on in this business. And she does that with Sammy as well. Yeah. She is Sammy's road dog. Yeah. So and she doesn't care about the clout. You know what I'm saying? She makes a few dollars here and there, whatever. She's made so many of Elliot's flowers, my flyers, Elliot's flyers. So I think she did like 3 birthdays for me already. Me and Pep are the same birthday. Okay. Shouts to Pep. Shouts to Pep. He came here in Crocs. I will never let him stop. I will never let him live it down. That's crazy. No, shout out to Brittany and Abby. Girls, we love you. Ladies. I got some wrap-up questions. Talk to me. Ladies, sorry.
I got some rapper questions. I know you got 8 gigs to go to. Let's start with, this is called Versus, by the way.
Okay.
So answer it however you want. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever. Ready?
Okay.
DJ skills versus image, which is what we were saying off camera.
What's more important?
I think you answered it,
Well,
but let's go back. Let's elaborate more.
honestly, God, the DJ purist in me, and like the DJs that are really about that craft, they're gonna hate me for this.
It's okay.
Nowadays, image is more important.
And that's what Mikey said. Mikey said the same fucking thing.
It changed. I had a gig, a corporate gig, a YouTube gig that like, YouTube was gonna give me the bag. You know, the corporate bag is nice.
Hell yeah.
They were gonna give me. I had a gig with them, and I got canceled last minute. I was like, why I got canceled? Oh, they decided to go with another talent. Who? Tinashe, the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Since when was she a fucking DJ? She's not a fucking DJ. Even if she knows how to mix a song, she don't know the shit about DJing. And that moment stuck with me forever because I can't be mad at her fine ass. She did a fire drop for me too. But I can't be mad at her for getting the gig. It's her image.
Fire.
Like you see, she was able to open the doors because she is a good-looking person, and you rather see a pretty girl DJing that has success commercially than Frank Roth. And ever since that moment, it told me like, yo, you can DJ ass off. This shit don't matter.
Paris Hilton's a DJ. Shaquille O'Neal's a DJ.
Fucking Snoop, Wiz Khalifa. You name it.
It's the image. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you can't take it personal, my brother.
Yeah. Charge it to the game.
We already went through this. We're not going to go back. PR versus DR women. Transition versus blending.
It depends. Transition versus... Because, all right, the way that I see it is transition is the umbrella and blending is one type of transition. Because I can also, what we call it, what's it called? I could just slam. We call it slam records.
Yes, I saw that.
There's times that I need to slam a record and it makes sense. There's times that I need to blend in a record and it makes sense. They're both under the umbrella of transitions.
Okay,
because
gotcha.
I'm transitioning from one song to another.
Gotcha.
So it really depends.
Matter of fact, I was watching Turn the Tables. Shout out to Pretty Lou.
Heavy hitter.
And Nino Flex he's on he does his Twitch. So I don't know. Oh, you probably know how it works. He's on Twitch but watching Pretty Lou.
Picture in picture.
Yeah. So somebody, I forgot who, it doesn't matter who it was, and Nino Flex was like, nah, he's just slamming the record. He's supposed to be blending. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But
yeah.
you just elaborated.
Slam, literally, like there's certain genres that you can slam. Like for example, with EDM and house music, you can't slam. You have to blend everything together. Everything has to be smooth. But like if you're doing hip hop, you're gonna slam records. Not everything is meant to be blended.
So it's not right or wrong.
No, yeah, there's no right or wrong.
Okay, got it. But the crowd has to be entertained.
Yeah, that's what I'm at.
Because if you got a real fucking crowd that knows he's slamming records,
but like a hip hop crowd wouldn't mind that.
They wouldn't mind.
It really depends on what genre.
Yeah, 100%.
It really depends on the genre.
Yeah, because they got house parties are coming back. Elliot got fucking house parties now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He also got the fucking classic committee shit. So everything's coming full circle. You know what I'm saying? Because and it's sorry to say. And how do you feel about the hip hop?
I just think the music is not as danceable as it used to be. The BPMs, beats per minute, has changed to a point where it's literally like you can't really dance it. All girls could do is twerk. So what is the guy supposed to do? You're just gonna be standing there and just standing around. Like you can't really dance it the way that you would dance like a throwback dance hall. And even dance hall's changing too. Because, for example, the songs used to be fun, like Glue or like Sean Paul or Everyone Falls in Love Sometime. Now these records are gangster as fuck. So like you're not dancing, you're just standing around waiting for somebody to bump you the wrong way, getting ready to fight. So it really like hip hop is at a point right now where it's not as danceable as it was. Sure, there's songs like Nokia. Sure, there's songs like that, but everything is just so straight, like scammer, drug dealer. I'm not dancing. I'm just trapping and shorty's twerking music. That's it.
And and this is something that Primo brought up because Primo's into that. Primo loves that boiler room type shit.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like the fact that there's no more dance floor and there's just tables and bottles. So it takes, even if you wanted to dance, where the fuck you gonna dance at?
That too. And so
they want that bottle money.
And because of that, music is being constructed in a certain way so that, all right, when I made this song, I want the bottles to come out to this song.
Fire.
Like this song is supposed to bring out the trap. It's like, who got money? I want to make it rain now. Now making it rain in the club instead of a strip club is a thing. And everything is just changing.
You know what I do love, that when you motherfuckers want to get crazy, y'all will go back to 50. Y'all will go back to Snoop. Y'all will go back to Nas because you can.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of DJs don't understand, like, bro, you have a library for a reason. Use it. You don't have to play the same.
Millions.
You don't have to play the same.
There's millions of songs, bro.
You don't have to play the same 12 songs. Sometimes you do, but sometimes you don't.
It is what it is.
It's a matter of reading the crowd.
There we go, back to reading the crowd, baby. Okay. Real ass versus a really good done ass. What we doing? What we going with?
I'm a natural guy, real ass.
No matter how good that doctor did, Colombia, DR, don't matter.
I don't care. I like real ass. I like real ass.
With the little holes and everything.
I like real titties. Yeah, I don't care. You got your tiger marks. I don't even like to call them stretch marks. Your tiger stripes. Like, I rather real. I'm real all the way.
Holy shit! I fucked up. After Abby I was supposed to give you love to your Giants.
Oh God.
Because I just to fuck with you, but. It would have been you fucking with me because I'm a Patriots fan. So I almost wore my Brady jersey, but it wouldn't work well for me. So I said, you know what? He's gonna use them 2 fucking miracle chips against me. Absolutely. So let me shut the fuck up. And I just left that shit in my house.
My big brother's a Patriots fan. I got 2 other Patriots fans that are very close to me. So
and you fuck with them all day, every day. Every day. He would have had 9.
we go back and forth with each other all the time.
But just give us the love. The 18 quarterbacks that you got to try to make one.
Man, listen, we are my team. I love my team. My team is the greatest, but we also are the worst. And that's really where we are right now. Big shout outs to Jameis Winston. Big shout outs to Russell Wilson.
That's fucking hilarious.
A DJ for the Giants. That is one of my biggest.
Oh,
goals.
you don't fuck. Oh, you serious about that shit?
No, I'm this close to being like a diehard. I wouldn't call myself a diehard, but I'm really about that life.
Bro, you got the ski mask.
Yeah.
You got the giant fucking shiesty.
I own like 5 jerseys. I own like 5 footballs. I own like
you serious about that giant shit?
3 helmets. Yeah.
God bless you. So let's get back. I just had to go back because I don't know how I skipped that. We got to show love to the Giants. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. And I appreciate that. You being a Patriots fan and still wanting to do that.
That's how I roll, bro. Let's go back. This is gig wise.
Okay.
Jersey versus New York City. I'm gonna put you in the spot because I don't want you to give the good old boy answer. And not the money either. When you look at your schedule, and by the way, you put it out every month, go to this page. When you see more Jersey gigs than New York gigs, or when you see more New York gigs than Jersey gigs, what drives you like, oh shit, I'm happy now?
None of it
matters.
None of it matters unless the pay is right. To be honest with you, with Jersey, they're a little bit less show offy than we are. You know, in New York, we're the center of the universe. We think we're the shit.
Oh hell yeah!
Rightfully so. We are the best city in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody loves somebody from New York. But Jersey, they're not really about that show off life the way that New York is. So, do I get to have more fun? Sure. Is it as glamorous as New York? No. No places. But they're both. I mean, Jersey Club, the bounce, that style is what's hot right now. So
I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah,
that started in Jersey, so you gotta respect the culture that Jersey's bringing to the table, also.
So when you get in your car going to Jersey, you already know, okay, this is the set I'm doing. Maybe I'll do this because you already know I can't do that New York shit.
No,
you could play with it.
Yeah, you can. But one thing that I like, for example, in New York, I don't think I've ever done a full blown Jersey club set. In Jersey, I am giving you a good 10, 15 minutes of Jersey bounce, and they love that shit. Doom, doom, dum, 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 dum. They're like, they want to hear that shit.
Hell yeah.
So it really depends where you are.
And they clear that too. So, you know.
Yeah.
In New York, you can make more money after 2.
And that too.
That too.
So I usually start in Jersey and I end in New York my night.
You hear that, DJs? There you go.
Yep.
I got a couple more.
Yeah.
Cause now this fucking Don Julio shit. I'm from back in the days. I've seen it all. I've lived through Goose. I've lived through Henny. I've lived through all this shit. So I'm gonna ask you,
Okay.
Don Julio versus Casamigos.
I hate tequila, period. So I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't like tequila whatsoever.
You fuck with dark?
Yes, I fuck with dark, but I also I drink vodka right now. I'm a Tito's guy. I used to drink Jack before I started with Tito's, but I drink Tito's and club soda. That's
there it
my
goes.
drink. No sugar, so I enjoy it. It's an acquired taste, but I enjoy it.
There you go. Can we fucking stop the Don Julio? When is this gonna end, bro?
Eventually, it's gonna end. I think the fact that Don Julio isn't the same quality that it was when it first started really blowing up, because I don't think they do it with agave anymore. They do it with like fake sugar. So I think it's starting to get played out.
There you go. I can't wait.
Yeah, me too. Facts.
This might fall into your privacy life, but we're gonna ask you anyway. Do you being single versus a relationship? Me, I'm in a relationship now. I had a blast, and I tell my girl all the time. She was single too. We talk about it all the time. What is your, and I don't know how you can answer that without being not private, but what is your
my preference?
Yeah.
I think I can work in both, but if I had to pick one, it's always better to be by yourself and not worry about what anybody thinks about the way that you live your life. When you have somebody, you have to compromise to a certain extent.
Hell fucking yeah.
So you might not be able to be outside with 1,000 girls wilding out with no worry in the world because you're taken. You might still be outside with 1,000 girls, but understand, damn, like I got it. Like my shorty is probably, I got to make sure that she's comfortable.
Especially in your work, in your line of work. Like your man, what's his name? Your man he do the live with the girls behind him.
I don't know. Ditto? Ditto? Was it Ditto? Yeah, I think it's Ditto.
He be wilding with.
Yeah, so like he has a lot of shorties around, which he's not doing anything wrong. Like if he has a girlfriend and his girlfriend doesn't understand what he's trying to do, then that's not the person for you.
We can't be together.
Yeah, you can't be together. But I think there's certain things like checking in and the way you move around. Like if I'm single right now, so I move around with how I feel. Like I don't need to tell anybody what I'm about to do. When you got somebody in a relationship, you owe that person some kind of communication.
Oh, I checked in before you came.
Yeah, so like so I would say being single, like nobody could tell you shit.
As far as making money, as far as going to Arizona, going to maybe you feel like buying giant fucking season tickets. You ain't got to ask nobody for yo, babe, can I take the money from this account?
Or I feel like getting up and moving. I feel like you know what? For the next 6 months, I'm gonna go live in Miami. And I don't gotta tell nobody shit.
And kill that whole nightlife for 6 months.
Do what I want.
Fire.
That's the beauty.
Last one, and we have to end it with a bang.
Let's do it.
And what I mean by this is, who would you rather deal with as far as getting the booking? Promoters versus owners.
Owners. Because the owner would tell the promoter, yo, shut the fuck up. Or the owner could tell the promoter, like, make sure you book him XYZ days. You can't beat that. And what's the promoter gonna do? You know what? I don't want to work here. I'm gonna start my own club. Like
that's not gonna happen.
It just rarely ever happens.
So you want to deal with the top dog?
Yeah, and I've noticed that when I have a relationship with owners, it's more fruitful. It lasts longer. Pause. And yeah.
Because this guy could leave from one spot to another. He could go. What's the spot next to HOA?
There's a bunch of spots.
I don't want to
give none of them pride. Well, shout to Bosque. I'll get Bosque promo.
They right next to HOA. Yeah. But so my brother, final thoughts, man. Just about what you got coming up. Words of wisdom for the new upcoming, whatever you want.
I would say if you're really about this life, for the younger DJs, if you're really about this life and you're watching this, understand that you can't half-ass this and expect it to be successful in this. Like, you really got to be all in. And another thing I want to say is that if you're in college right now and thinking about I want to be a DJ, don't drop out of college in order to be a DJ. You can do both. You can be a teacher and a DJ. I know people that are cops and DJs. Like, don't think for a second that you have to drop your aspirations because you want to be a DJ. You can make both happen. Eventually, you gotta. I would say the reason I got my degree is because I wanted something to fall back on. So you never know where this DJ stuff could take you. But if you're serious about it, go all the way. But if you're getting your degree, there's nothing wrong with getting your degree then.
So you are a DJ with a degree, baby.
That's a fact. I want my master's too.
Hey, you got to.
I'm gonna get my master's.
Gonna get your master's. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Words of wisdom from one of the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother, for coming.
Thank you. I'm sorry once again for being so late.
Don't worry about it. It's part of our life.
Charge it to the game.
Charge it to the game. How many DJs showed up late to your shit? Eh? Hey, we got him back for you. Thank you, my brother, for doing this, man. I appreciate you. Frank Roth, baby. Peace.
Get out of here.